What's up, y'all? Thanks for stopping by the Search T channel. So, The Walking Dead tonight was all about just hallucinations and seeing things that aren't there. The title of this episode is called Ghost. And throughout the entire episode, Carol, who's taking medication or some pills to keep herself awake, is always seeing Henry wherever she looks. She sees Henry in a book. She sees him in like a hallucination or a lucid dream she was having. All the while, things are happening around them, like Alpha, arranging a meeting for them at the border. Should easily have killed Michonne and Daryl and Carol and the others that were with them. She decides to take more land and decides to kind of let it slide, I guess you say. But this episode was really all over the place, and I don't mean that in a negative way, but there's a lot of things going on. We have a situation with Eugene and Rosita. They were fighting off walkers, and throughout the beginning of the episode and throughout, they were fighting off massive hordes from like the north, from the south, from the east, in all directions. They're thinking that it's Alpha, but it turns out, that, it could be, but like, who's the one that said that? Said that if Alpha was behind it, oh, that's her daughter. Yeah, her daughter, Lydia, said that if she was the one behind the hordes attacking them, she could have easily have unleashed all of them because she commands like thousands of them, through the way they wear the skins and the way they know how to navigate the walkers around. And it's brewing right now, the ultimate showdown between these two, between the Whisperers and I guess you call them Alexandria and Kingdom, all come together. The Highwaymen. What's left of the Highwaymen? The women that, well, at least the one lady, the one girl, she was like wanting to have Alpha's head on a pike, and she was being kind of reckless. But Michonne was like, "No, we got to go meet her at the border and talk." And that actually went okay for them. It could have easily went sideways, and like I said earlier, all of them could have gotten, killed by Alpha. She pretty much had the situation in her hand. Like, she's the one in control. But Carol had her gun with her. They're supposed to drop the weapons at the border, and she pulls it out, and Michonne intercepts, and Carol just shoots the ground. That right there could have been a reason to have her killed. Alpha could have killed her. There's that, and then the situation with Aaron, and Aaron's taking Negan with him to go, I guess, they're cleaning out the area of walkers, and he don't trust him, and he blames him. Aaron does Negan for the death of his boyfriend, Eric, right? And a situation where the weeds that grow can cause rashes or even blindness, and Aaron is actually rendered temporarily blind because of you see Negan, he's scratching, so that's where that rash. I was thinking, where's that rash from? But it's that. These guys are tired, and they're running on low sleep. Apparently, like I said, Carol doesn't want to sleep because I guess her sleeping will cause her to think about Henry, I guess, and it's a situation, man, where these guys are all on edge. They really need to know what to do to kind of reach deep down and try to end this situation, especially with, like I said, with Alpha. She's seemingly getting stronger, and they're getting weaker, by staying up all night, fighting off these hordes. Then we have the situation with Sadiq, who is constantly thinking about Alpha, hearing her voice, thinking about back in that time when he was there, because he was the only one that survived that. What happened with all of them getting their heads cut off and put on pikes, and for some reason he was allowed to live. According to him, he says, "Oh, it's because Alpha wanted him to deliver a message." He's talking to the guy who was his assistant, and the guy reveals to him that he was in Iraq and caused the deaths of, or he lost one of his unit or something like that, to where, you know, stuff like that. It's almost like he was kind of leaning towards, like the way he was saying it was almost like it would make you think that his story kind of connects with Sadiq, and that there's a theories out there that Sadiq was actually behind. Maybe he was the one that led those guys there and then they got killed. There's some people that think that he's behind it, or if not directly behind it, he knew about it and he knows more than what he's telling them. Carol got hurt, and then he's getting himself ready to suture her, and then that's when he starts hallucinating. He starts going like this and stuff like that, and his assistant's like, and let me suture him up. He says, "I'm okay." And then we have Rosita and Eugene, and they were fighting off walkers, right? And then later on, he's looking for Coco, Rosita's daughter. And then she kind of rebukes him and pretty much tells him straight up. He said that, they will never be anything. They're never going to be a thing, And then he's kind of telling her about, and it's something that I totally believe in as well. He's telling her how, have you ever heard of the whole saying of a drunk mind speaks a sober heart? And what, in layman's term, that means if someone's drunk, and their inhibitions are down, they'll tell you the truth. They'll tell you what they're feeling. I've felt that negatively and positively. You know what I mean? Like people telling you, that, everything's cool and they like you and all that stuff. And then you find out when they're drunk, they're like, I hate this person. There's some people that are, when they get drunk, they're a little too, what do you call it? A little bit honest, too honest for their own good. But anyway, get off of that. But pretty much, he was just saying how, that he's kind of, he's really like, he really loves Rosita, and he's telling her how, I guess it's really nothing can be done. And she's like, well, so our friendship never meant anything? And he's like, well, the only reason why I've been friends with you because one day I was hoping we can get together, pretty much hook up and all that. And, he's friend zoned. He's never gonna, he even wants to get back into that zone with her. You know what I mean? And she's not having it, but you can tell she loves him in a, as a friend, maybe as like a brother, like that. But Rosita's somebody that she's been with. She was with Abraham, and then she's with Gabriel, then Sadiq. Maybe only for a few times. She got pregnant with their kid. So who's she with now? I mean, maybe Eugene should be thankful. Well, you know what, man, this girl kind of goes from guy to guy. Like she's kind of like not picky. Maybe if I can't get with her, and she just pretty much seems like she just gets with a guy when she feels like it, then maybe I should just give it up. Yeah, there'll be somebody there for Eugene, but he keeps pining for Rosita. It ain't gonna happen. So The Walking Dead, I enjoyed it. Like I said, it was all over the place. The main theme, of course, was Carol and her just, she thought she saw some whisperers in the forest or the woods where they were. And Michonne and Daryl take their people and they go north and south, take the east, I'll take, nothing. And she even brings it up later on that you didn't see nobody. But she asked Daryl, Carol does, Daryl goes, I believe you, because Daryl is a true friend in the sense that he's not going to tell her that he doesn't believe her, because I'm pretty sure Daryl doesn't, but he cares about her and he doesn't want to upset her. But I, you know, well, what can I say? The episode was what it was. I like what they were trying to do, kind of giving us a glimpse into Carol's psyche and that fact that she is kind of like out there. She is taking these pills to stay awake. She's seeing things. I mean, there was a moment when she got in like a trap or a booby trap that that caught on, that hung her up by her legs. She cuts herself free, and then was that a dream? Was that a hallucination? But she did get hurt. So I guess that's how the episode was. It was just like you didn't know what was real and what was not real. But then there's like the way it ended. Like they're showing these different bodies, walkers, and it goes up to one from the bottom, goes up to the top of the body, right to the face, and it's a whisper. And all of a sudden the eyes just open up. Eyes were glossy, kind of looked like it could have been a walker, but it looked like a whisperer to me. I don't know what that means. Like is it like something they thought they killed? And it's not, because they were killing all these walkers and stuff. Maybe it was a whisperer they probably thought they killed. I don't know. This episode really was just, it was out there. Not a bad episode, but the episode was out there. It's just like, what's going on? Like seeing. That's why you call it ghosts, because she keeps seeing Henry. And but that's my video, and those are my thoughts on Walking Dead season 10, episode 3, entitled Ghost. Let me know what you think down below. Those of you who've seen the episode, and for those of you who stopped by, check out my video. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. And in closing, and as always, take care.